Yeah, and like I said at the beginning of the week, we still have stuff to play for, and obviously the bowl game was one of them. So now that we have that, we can check that off the list, but the work's not done. We still got to play the last 2 games, and we got a big one coming up next week with SC, so we'll definitely get back to the drawing board on Monday and start this game all over again. So.
You had kind of a typical multi-dimensional game, running and passing. How did it feel out there? How did it go with your hand?
Yeah, I think it was just good just to be back out there. Being away from football, you kind of miss it and stuff like that. So it was just fun to be back out there with the guys. Again, we started out a little slow, bit ourselves in the foot a couple of times, but definitely picked it up in the second half, and I couldn't be more proud of this crew. So.
Was there a sense of urgency in the second half, halftime, only scoring 10 points and then coming back and scoring 34 in the second half?
Yeah, I think that goes up. Like you said, you obviously have to get back in the game. You have to score some points to gain the lead and all that stuff. So there was definitely a sense of urgency coming out in the locker room. But just from the offensive side, I think our goal every time is to score and at least finish with points on the board every drive. So I think that's the main goal, and I think we did well with the corrections going into the second half. So.
Kyle, what are your thoughts on becoming bowl eligible?
I'm very excited, but it's what we expect is what we want. We don't play games to lose. We play them to win. We want to win the rest of our games, and then whatever bowl game we get, we're going to go and execute it, play that one to win too.
Kyle, you're now 7th in receptions all time at UCLA. I didn't know if you knew that.
I did not.
That happened tonight. But probably the highlight is the punt return. Talk about that, what you saw on the punt.
Yeah, no, I just got to shout out my coaches and, the punt return team. I wouldn't be able to do it without them. And, it starts with Coach Foster and Coach Sage. Every day I get to work with Coach Foster. It's legendary running back. He teaches us, you got to make the first one miss, and then from there, so he makes that easy for me. And then from there, it's just scheme. Coach Sage creates a great scheme for us. We always know what the punt team's going to do. And then from there is the punt return team. They executed, they played lights out for me and made a lot of blocks. And, most people only see me running, but, there's a lot of huge blocks that happen there that allowed for that to happen. So.
Dorian, hearing that Kyle's 7th all-time in UCLA receptions, how does that feel knowing that you're thrown to statistically one of the best receivers to ever come through here?
No, yeah, exactly. And I don't even know if Kyle knows this, but that was one of my goals this year is to, for Kyle and Greg to have a monster year and stuff like that. So, hey, all well is good. He's 7th, and then Greg's over there on the John Mackey semifinalist. So we're doing something right. But I'm definitely excited and definitely happy for these guys for sure.
I just want to add, I did know that in his room he's got a little board up.
Yeah.
And it's very selfless guy over here on his board. Most of his goals were about the team and other players and what he wanted to be able to do for them. And that's why he's such a great leader and great football player for us. He's puts himself last, puts the team first.
Dorian, a lot of ups and downs, in your career. What does it mean though for now? Finally get to this point, you guys are actually at bowl eligible this season.
Yeah, I think it's just a part of just working towards rebuilding the program. You want to get to a foundation and something that you can build upon as a program as a whole, and I think a bowl game is definitely that. But like I said, we got way bigger plans than just some bowl games. So we gotta win out, and then we gotta win that bowl game and see where it puts us. So.
For both of you, take me inside the locker room after a win. Coach said it involved a lot of water, and he came here with a beach towel and everything.
No, yeah, for sure. It gets we get Jerry up there, and it gets wild for sure. So.
Yeah, it's the tradition after every win. Coach Kelly talks to us. Then get a Jerry chant going. He played here. He knows the Bruin fight song. We get a bunch of water bottles, get the recruits involved. We sing it, throw water, have a good time.
You are?
Yeah,
sir.
Coach looked a little wetter than normal though. Was this one special?
I think we were in a little bit of a drought in terms of winning and stuff at home, and so it always feels good to win at home, and so I think just missing that feeling and having the guys back in there and stuff like that in that locker room and just living it up one more time. And you only get so many of these, and you only get to come by the win so often. So treat them all as if they're the last one.
Dorian and Kyle, considering everything that goes into USC week, how much of a relief is it to get that 6th win before going into that game?
No, it definitely is a good momentum going into the week. Obviously, it's going to be a lot of hype and stuff around it in terms of just the overall school and the atmosphere around the campus. So, but at the end of the day, we still got to lock in. We still got to do our job come Monday morning and treat it just as if we were playing Colorado today. So.
Yeah, great momentum. But I'm more proud of how the team was training during the bye week. A lot of teams maybe might take that week a little lighter just because they know they don't have a game. But this team feels different. Every practice felt just like we were preparing for a game that week. And just, the wins go with that momentum. But seeing how this team acts even when we don't have a game that week, and just practice it carried on throughout the week and leading up to game week. And then I'm just really proud of this team.
Take us in the locker room at halftime. When you guys came out a little flat, a little sluggish, the energy wasn't very high. What was the locker room like at halftime?
I'd say from my perspective, I was pretty pissed. Very frustrated. Obviously, we had some penalties and stuff like that. I had to chew Garrett out, I think in like the middle of the second quarter, so we had to fix some stuff up. I obviously wasn't playing the best. And so just, overall frustrated. But at the end of the day, you still got to look yourself in the mirror and you got to go out and play the whole second half. So we knew that. And again, just leaning on each other. And that's where love comes into play. We love each other to death. And, we can take that criticism and all that stuff and then go out there and play for each other at the end of the day, too. So.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.